Hey everybody, this is Leslie from GoToKitchens.com coming live from you. No, I'm not coming live from you. I'm coming live to you from my very own kitchen. And Splat over here on Periscope is in the house. And this week on Go To Kitchens, Lunch with Leslie, we are actually discussing kitchen hacks. And it's an exciting week, and we're going to start that off with the basics, of learning how to batch cook. And I'm going to show you guys how I batch cook. I am not some crazy wizard that knows a whole bunch of stuff about batch cooking, but today I'm going to teach you my healthy principles for batch cooking. Let me turn Periscope. Hello everybody, it's good to see you. I missed you guys this weekend. I miss being in the kitchen with you. I need to batch cook. I know it is such a simple relief from batch cooking is when you make a whole bunch of food all at once and you have it ready for the entire week. So I'm going to show you my healthy, simple principles of how I batch cook. And this is pretty normal. What I'm going to show you today, you guys have been asking me and you don't believe me, but Robin and I eat pretty boring throughout the week. We are actually pretty boring eaters. We have a couple of fancy pants meals. Well, thank you, Sherry. We have a couple of fancy pants meals a week, but really our staple diets, because we are same as meal prepping, that's right. Batch cooking is what most people call it. I actually like to call it prepared. So prepared meals. And these just sit in your fridge and wait for you to eat them all week long. And you know at that point that you're ready with something healthy in the kitchen to eat. So it's not the temptation of going, we don't have anything to eat and I don't feel like cooking, so let's go out. So if you have a meal already prepared that you just need to heat up, then you are in business. And that's what I'm going to teach you guys today. It is Kitchen Hack Week this week, and we're going to be discussing all types of tips and tricks to make you fall in love with your kitchen. So before we get to that, right, saves time and money. Time and money, that is so important. Yeah, sounds like you. Yes, that's what your husband likes to do, right? It's such a great, easy principle. So before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Leslie. I have a website, GoToKitchens.com. There is nothing for sale over at Go To Kitchens. The only thing that I want you to buy is I want you to buy into your own health. If you would please, here on Periscope, right down here in the corner, if you just touch that little guy right on top of his little head and share it with your followers on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Periscope, I would be forever grateful. If you are on Facebook, right up here in the corner, there is going to be a little sign that says follow live. If you click that, it will actually show you when I'm going live with these broadcasts. So there you go. Super simple. Thank you guys for sharing out. I appreciate that. So let's get started. I have a timer going. I have a timer, right? I have a timer going. I need to turn down my heat just a second. Give me just a sec here. I have a timer going, and there is 30 minutes on the clock, and that is how much time I have with you guys today. Normally, I take all the time in the world. I answer all the questions that we could possibly answer. But however, today I have my timer set for 30 minutes, and this has nothing to do with cooking. This has everything to do with today at 1 p.m. at Parachute TV, today at 1 p.m. at Parachute TV 1. I am doing my first live broadcast on that channel, and the show is called Flip the Switch, and I would love it. I would love it if you guys could come over and check out that show. It's on Parachute TV at 1 p.m. So basically right after this broadcast today at 1, I'm going to be over on Parachute, and we are actually making trashy veggie stock today. So Flip the Switch is flipping on the switch and having light bulb moments in your health. That is the name of the show, and that's what it's going to be all about. And today we're going to talk about on Flip the Switch, turning trash into treasure. If that all goes right, then I will absolutely have a show every week there. If everything goes right today, I will have a weekly show there. And it is Periscope's first TV channel. And so there's all types of broadcasters over there. Your favorites like Laura Clark and Hillary Silver and Kyle Kittleson and Jason Stolken. And I mean, there's just Max Ryan. There's just tons of broadcasters that do weekly shows over there. So I hope you guys will come and check it out. Yes, that's right. I hope you guys come and check it out, and we will, hopefully we'll get a show over there. And the name of the show is Flip the Switch, today at 1 p.m. Mountain. So that is noon Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Mountain, and 2 p.m. Central if you can't figure that out. So, all right, let's get started with the principles of batch cooking. I'm going to show you what I do. It switches up, but this is one of my main staples that I do for batch cooking. And batch cooking, again, let's just review, is having a bunch of meals that are already prepared, and I call them prepared meals, in your refrigerator, ready for business. So you are not tempted when you don't want to cook to go out and eat. So, because you have to eat. You're going to eat something, so it might as well be something good. So already in a pot, I'm going to flip you guys over here just a little bit. Already in a pot, I have a small batch. Let me turn that camera just a little bit more. I have a small batch of, and I know I'm not supposed to take the lid off, so nobody chastise me here. So, but I have a small batch of brown rice cooking. So there is about a cup of brown rice cooking. Now this, you're going to be like, wow, that's not going to last me, that's going to last me 10 minutes or whatever. But Robin and I do, although we eat grains, we do not eat a ton of grains, but I do like veggies and rice. And so this week we had quinoa last week. So this week we're actually doing the brown rice, and that is going to be our whole grain for our week. So that's what's cooking there. That will actually just go in a container after it's done, just like this, and it's glass, of course. It will go in a container and sit in my fridge. And I'm going to show you all the different things that I do with these. That is just 1 cup of rice for 2 people. Yes, because we only do, when we put it out, it's just a couple of tablespoons. And really it's just a catalyst for all the sauces and things that we're putting in. So yes, I should look in the microwave window. Why? Why should I look in the microwave window? Oh, I should look this way so you guys can see me. That's so funny. Look, you could totally see me. You're so smart. Man, my brain does not think that way. That's hilarious. I'm going to talk to my microwave, which is really weird, and I can't do it. So I have to look at you guys so I can see comments. That's hilarious. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to steam up a giant bowl of veggies. Now this is pretty much in my fridge all the time. I know, it's crazy, right? I have to see comments though. So this is pretty much in my steamed vegetables, lightly steamed, very, very lightly steamed, are in my refrigerator. Hello, thanks for being here, Angel. No, your name's not Angel. I already forgot it. Karen, is that right? Did I get that right? So this is just all kinds of veggies in here. I have broccoli. I have Brussels sprouts in here. I think down on the bottom there's some carrots, unpeeled. Don't peel your carrots when you're going to cook them like this, because there's a ton of nutrients in that skin of that carrot. So yes, these have been rinsed, and not really even washed, but rinsed, and we're going to steam those. Now I have a steaming pot going in the back here. So I have just about an inch of water in here. And you guys can see, if you can see, there you go. Let's turn off this light so you can see. Turn it down at least. There is a steaming basket in there. So I have water boiling back there. So I've already prepared my vegetables, and those are just going to go right down into my steamer basket. Simple, simple. Now then, I have all the goodness in there of all kinds of nutrients. I have carrots, I have broccoli, and I have Brussels sprouts. Now, just a meal alone, one of my favorite meals just by itself is a little bit of rice with vegetables on the top of it, and then taking a coconut amino and putting that over the top of that. So this is coconut aminos for those of you that do not know. Here it is over here for Facebook viewers. And just, I do not use butter on these sprouts. These are just lightly steamed, excuse me, I need to put my bowl down. Very, very lightly steamed Brussels sprouts and broccoli and carrots. Now you can add cauliflower, you can add zucchini, you can add whatever veggies that you like. You could absolutely put them in this pot. But making a huge pot of veggies like this, Yeah, it sits up about an inch. That's right, Sherry. Yep, just right out of the water. So the vegetables are not in the water, so I'm not losing the nutrients. When you steam vegetables, you do lose some nutrients in the water, but not like boiling them where you lose a ton of nutrients in that water. So steaming them is actually, in my opinion, one of the healthiest ways to cook veggies. So they're just sitting out of that water, but that steam that is boiling underneath that steamer basket is cooking essentially the vegetables, and those are not going to stay there very long. Those for me are going to stay there anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes, and I'm going to pull them off. They're going to be crisp when I pull them off, but remember, I'm going to reheat them. That's awesome. That's a great deal. I'm going to reheat them when I'm ready to eat them, so I don't want to cook them too much because I don't want them to be mush when I cook them. Again, so yes. All right, so far we have some rice and we have some veggies cooking back here. So let's move to the skillet. Let's talk about a protein. A great protein for anything is beans. If you're paleo, you may not eat beans, but these are black beans. So this would be an amazing addition. You could actually mix this with your rice and have and use a little chipotle salsa like this, right, with those veggies, and have like a Mexican flair to it if you were so inclined, or kind of a Spanish flair. You could mix those veggies. You could cook some beans like garbanzo beans, or you could make some quinoa. You can make all kinds of things instead of that rice if you were so inclined, and mix those veggies with it and use different sauces and ideas to get different flavors throughout the week. Super, super simple. The only thing that I'm going to put on these before I put them in the refrigerator is a little bit of salt and pepper, but I'm going to do that after they cook. So I have a skillet here warming up right now. The protein of choice this week for us is actually a ground turkey. So I have pre-formed patties already before I started this broadcast because I only got 30 minutes. Now I only got 20 minutes. I have pre-formed turkey patties. This is just some ground turkey. I get it local and I have it ground, so it's super clean, but you want to make sure that you get pasture turkeys or wild, if you can find them even, is even better. And I've just made some turkey patties. These are amazing for reheating. You can crisp them right up in a skillet all over again, and we're going to use some spices on there because, quite frankly, turkey is kind of boring on its own, and so I'm gonna spice those up. So I've made these ahead of time, and we're just going to put these right down in the skillet. This is sometimes I do this, sometimes I make meatballs, sometimes I do chicken. Yeah, that's fine too. Sometimes I do chicken. Sometimes it just depends on what protein is for the week, but this is the protein for the week. Now, it's just Robin and I, so you can see that there are 6 patties here. There are 6 of these turkey patties, and it's just Robin and I, so I'm guaranteed right here, basically, if we both eat 1 patty a piece a day, I have 3 days worth of protein. Let me rinse my hands. Hi, I'm in the microwave. Hi, everybody. Where did oh, there it is. Yeah. So I'm guaranteed 3 meals out of that. Now, I don't just do the veggies and rice and turkey, right? This is actually, no, this is not coconut oil. I have a little tiny bit of olive oil in there, and I know a lot of you are going to scream, you're not supposed to heat olive oil, but I actually do not have it on that high of a heat. It's on a 4. So, yes. Hi, microwave. That I never use, ever. That just sits there and looks like it's clean or whatever. So we're going to spice these babies up just a little bit because, again, turkey patties like this can be really boring. And so I have some Worcestershire sauce here and if you think it's funny that how I say that, it's just too bad. And I'm going to pour just a tad on the top of each one of these patties. This is really going to give it a lot of flavor. It's going to give it a little bit of a kick. Just like that. Then I'm going to take some garlic salt. Yes, it is Annie's. That's right. I'm going to take some garlic salt, and I'm just going to give a little sprinkle right on top. Now you notice that I did not season these outside of the pan. I'm actually seasoning them inside of the pan. And then a little bit of just black coarse pepper here. A little bit of black pepper. And a tiny bit of cayenne. So, because you guys know that I put cayenne in everything. So just a tiny bit. Literally just a dash on each one of these babies. Now when I flip these, when I flip these, all of these spices are actually going to meld with my oil, and I'm going to get flavor throughout the patty, because you may be looking at it now going, well, wait a second, wait just a darn second. Those are not, you're not going to get any flavors there. But I'm absolutely going to get tons of flavors when it's time to flip them over. So I use a nice flat spatula to do this. You can't, let's bring you closer so you can see, because I want you to see this. People tend to get happy about flipping things like this. And I want to teach you a trick. This is one of my kitchen tips for the day. All right, so one of my kitchen tips is you can see, do you see the white edge right there that's forming on the side of the turkey patty? We are going to watch until that flat edge starts to creep up on the patty. When it gets about 1/4 of an inch in, then you can flip it. Before that, it's going to be stuck to the skillet and it's not going to flip over. So yes, so just keeping that in mind. That's how you know as you start to do this, you're going to have a nice brown side on this side. We're going to flip it over. This keeps you from flipping like 1,000 times in the skillet. So yes, so we're going to watch that edge, and as that white edge starts to creep up on these patties, then we know that it's time to flip them over. Until then, we're just going to let them cook there. So here's some other ideas that you can do. Oh, I just lost Facebook. Facebook is really squirrely. Poor Facebook people. Here's some other ideas that you can do. So let's say that you run out of veggies. You eat all your veggies, right? And you still have turkey patties left over. So what the hey-ho? What am I going to do with that, right? So I would recommend at that point is crumbling up your turkey patties and making a nice spinach salad with just a little, I have my lemon actually in here because I eat spinach salad a lot, almost every day actually. So with a little bit of lemon, olive oil, and salt, make that your salad dressing. And crumble up your turkey patty and put that right on top of that. That makes an amazing dinner. So yummy. Yes, these pans are by Chantal. That's who I cook with. These are not non-stick pans. These are actually enamel. This is basically glass, hardened glass inside of here. So you see how my edge is creeping up? That's exactly what I want. I want that to happen. I'm just still going to just leave those there. So all right, so now throughout the week, I have all of these foods ready. I have rice and veggies and a protein waiting in my refrigerator. You can spice these any way you want. You can use any type of protein that you want to eat. If you're vegetarian, then you probably want to do some beans or something like that. Cook ahead. Like look here, right now I have garbanzos, actually. And I am sprouting those. You want my pans? I have garbanzos sprouting. Yes, pretty much. Yeah, because we eat mostly plant-based. So this will feed the two of us for the whole week because we eat mostly plant-based. We're plant-based eaters. So we eat 90% plant-based and 10% everything else. So yes. At some point throughout the week, I will also make additional meals. So probably 2 meals. So, you know, we'll probably eat 1 meal out. Let's be realistic. We'll probably eat 1 meal out this week, right? I will make another meal that is a special meal like on the weekend or something. Right now I have an amazing salmon fillet that I cannot wait to cook. So we will have that one a night. And then that leaves me with how many other days? So 5 more days in the week that I need to eat. This food that I have right here would actually feed us for those 5 days. And I am super busy. I know you guys are super busy. Type in the number 1 if you are super busy. Right? I mean, you know that you're right. Super busy, super busy, super busy. We are all so busy. Oh, stop it. Right? You're super busy. And what happens at night is it's time for dinner and you're like, we don't have anything to, right? I love that while I do work, right? I just ran out of energy. Yes, and so you get home at night and it's time to eat. Or here's what happens in our house. Here's what classically happens in our house. I have a lot of meetings in the evenings because I work with a lot of people that have day jobs, and so they can't talk to me until night, right? And so I have tons and tons of night meetings, usually between 5:30 and 7:30 at night. I have tons and tons of meetings that I'm meeting with people about business, about health, you know, doing Skypes, doing consultations, doing all kinds of stuff. And so Robin is like tapping his little foot, like, it's dinner time, we need to eat, right? And so I absolutely know that I have something great for him in the refrigerator, and I can say, hey babe, all you have to do is just go in there and make yourself a plate or whatever, you know, stick it in the oven or, or stick it on the stovetop, whatever you want to do, and reheat your food and it's ready for you. And I know I have something nutritious for him. I know it's something that he wants to eat. And I know we won't be tempted at like 7 o'clock at night to go, should we just go out to eat? Because we don't do that. So yes, but most nights we do try to eat together. So he tries to wait for me. So you see how my edge is creeped up there? That's exactly what I want. Now then, I can flip these babies over. I can flip them over. They are so beautiful when I flip them. Have a nice brown color. Look at that. Aren't they lovely? I can flip them over and they do not fall apart in my skillet. They do not fall apart in my skillet, which is great. It's awesome. By the way, somebody said that they wanted my pans. There is actually a link, and I can't remember what post it is. There is a link to Chantal Cookware on my website if you are so inclined and you want to know more about them. So those are going to cook there for another 5 or 10 minutes. Now then, I have been on here. I have my kitchen timer set, right? I have been on here 17 minutes. Besides what I did, right? Besides what I did already, let's turn this so you guys can see me. Besides the cutting that I did of the vegetables and the measuring of the rice and the making of the patties, which took me about 10 minutes, I have pretty much made dinner in about half an hour for the entire week. So what's your excuse? Somebody tell me, what's the excuse? There is no excuse. There is no excuse. And I know that in those 5 days that I need to feed my family, that I have choices, my family being myself and my husband, I have choices in what we can eat. Now, if you have a larger family, let's say you have 4, 6, 8 in here, right? Then you can get more creative with this. You could have 2 skillets going at the same time of your turkey patties. You could have a skillet on the stovetop of one thing and something else in the oven of something else, right? You have 7 people in the house to feed. So you have 2 stock pots going, but still really the only extra time that it takes is the prep of making it, you know, getting it ready to cook. But you could be doing something in the oven, something on the stove top. Absolutely. So yes, we try to warm on the stove. That does not always happen. I will be crystal clear with you. Every once in a while we get in a pinch because we're in a hurry and we need to stick it in the microwave. But that is rare. We do try to warm up on the stove always. So yes, or in the oven. One or the other. All of our dishes are actually oven safe, and I buy them that way on purpose. And so sometimes they just get stuck in the oven. If you put them in the oven, they get a nice kind of crisp on them as well. So there we go. It's that easy. It is just that easy. Another great batch cooking idea is to make a bunch of sauces. So make a protein, make a vegetable, and make some sort of sauce. Like, let's see, what do I have in my freezer right now? I have in my freezer some this, which is a marinara, right? So I could whip up some zucchini, boil that super fast, put my protein, put my marinara on there, and I'm ready for business. But if you cook it with these simple spices, and when you get ready to eat them, you add all these different spices to them to make them the flavors that you want, then you have extremely versatile ideas ready for you. So yes, thank you. Thank you so much. You're a sweetheart. So there you go. Done and done. We have 10 minutes. So now I can be social. You got 10 minutes for sociability. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me introduce myself real quick. Again, my name is Leslie. I have a website, gotokitchens.com. You guys can type in your questions right now while I'm introducing myself again, and we'll get those questions answered. Gotokitchens.com. Nothing for sale over there. The only thing I want you to buy is I want you to buy into your own health, which is so important. I actually consider myself a light bulb expert, meaning that I like for people to have light bulb moments in their life. I am a 3-year cancer survivor. Fiesta is awesome for that. I also have some called Stacks that are amazing for that as well. So yeah, but Fiesta is probably the premier for that. Absolutely. But there's all kinds of, you can find all kinds of oven safe dishes different places. So yes. And if you don't have oven safe, don't stress it. Okay. So if you don't have oven safe, don't stress it. Buy yourself a Pyrex, just a really nice Pyrex like this. You know, this is actually, I just pulled this out of the washer. So buy yourself a Pyrex dish like this and just use that to reheat and then transfer to a plate. Super simple. Yeah, so don't stress out. If you don't go buy a bunch of stuff that you don't need. You can make do with something else. You can buy a Pyrex dish at a thrift store for about $2. So just go get yourself some nice Pyrex and do it that way. Don't go buy a bunch of fancy pants stuff. So actually, these are my 3 storage containers. This one here, this is what the turkey will go in. This is what the rice will go in, and this is what the veggies will go in. Yeah, so Pyrex is awesome for that, and they're cheap. They're cheap and handy, and I have tons of them sitting around, right? So yeah, you already have those, absolutely. If you already have oven safe ware, don't go buy a bunch of fancy stuff, because I'm not into that. Let's do with what you do, right? Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. That's very sweet for you to say that. I appreciate that. Yes, and so light bulb expert. We're back on that again. Light bulb expert. I am a 3-year cancer survivor. My light bulb went off and it was almost too late. Yes, Pyrex is actually, hold on. Can you see that there? There's the name brand. Pyrex. There you go. Yeah, so my light bulb almost went off too late in my health. I always thought I was really healthy. In fact, I was one of those people who's like, I don't need to eat like that. I am as healthy as a horse. And then bada bing, bada boom, here we go, cancer strikes. Into my perfect little life, cancer struck. And I was like, what? No, I can't possibly have cancer. And I did. And so light bulb went off and I started finding ways to, in fact, I was passionately seeking light bulb moments after that because it was so amazing for me. It changed my life in so many ways. That little silly lump in my breast is the best thing that ever happened to me. Crazy, right? Thank you so much. I actually wrote an entire blog post dedicated to my lump because had I not had my lump, I would have never gotten out of my comfort zones. I would have never been here doing this with you guys. I would have just been going on in my little bubble that I lived in. And so it busted my bubble and turned on a light and I'm grateful for that. So it's, you know, people get diagnosed with cancer every single day by the millions, not by the millions, but by a lot of people get diagnosed with cancer every single day. And it doesn't have to scare the pants off of you. It should be a moment of clarity where you're like, wait a second, my body produced cancer for a reason and I need to find out what that reason is. And that's what I did. And it's been an amazing journey, an amazing journey. So I flipped these a couple of times since we've been here. And they are beautifully brown and they are done. Done and done. Let's show you. Look at that. Look at those babies. They are beautiful. Look at that. Oh, I can't wait for dinner tonight. Yummy. Yummykins. Fabulous. Now then, there's all these really amazing flavors in this pan right now. When I take this turkey out of here, there is going to be these amazing flavors. So actually what I will do next with this, and I was saving this for you guys, is I will take some quinoa. I will take about a cup of, thank you. I will take about a half a cup of quinoa and a cup of veggie stock. I will deglaze the pan with the veggie stock. And then I will put the quinoa there and let it boil out the water. And that's how I actually do my quinoa. I do not even soak my quinoa, and it makes it amazing. And the quinoa actually sucks up all of those flavors because I don't like to waste a thing. I do not like to waste a thing. So let's review super fast. In this pot we have, I'm not supposed to do that, but I just did it. We have veggies steaming. Those are done, so I can turn off the fire for that. In this pot we have some brown rice that is done as well. I can turn that off. And then over here we have some turkey patties, and those are done, and I can turn those off. In fact, I'm going to move those off the fire because they are done. And I have food. I have food for the entire week. So Robin and I will eat at home like you know, like 5 days this week. 2 of those days probably will be special meals. 1 day we will probably eat out. There's 7 days in the week, so 2 days special meals, 1 day out. That leaves me with 4 to 5 days, and I already have the meals prepared. All I have to do is just reheat and eat. And I know that we are getting healthy, nutritious food for us. So, and we want to make this whole big photograph. I shouldn't even tell you this, but we want to make this whole big photograph where Rob and I are sitting behind a table and there's all these whole real foods in front of us, like all these amazing foods. And we want to take a photograph and put a caption above it that says, "We are battling cancer." So in fact, that'll probably happen one day soon. So you need to do that more often. Absolutely. The principles are easy. They are easy, and it is so helpful, and it keeps you so less frustrated in the kitchen, right? Isn't that a fun idea, Erin? Yes, just cook for the entire week. That's what batch cooking is. I just cooked right now in 30 minutes with about 10 minutes prep time. So in 40 minutes, don't you have 40 minutes out of the day to make your entire meals for the entire week? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Find out the flavors that you like. It doesn't have to be fancy pants. It can be simple and nutritious, just like I made here. And you can flavor it with all kinds of things like coconut aminos. You could add your hot sauce. You could do your Worcestershire sauce. You could do, you could add some eggs and have the turkey and eggs, one night over spinach. How awesome would that be, actually? Make like a poached egg and put it on top of that turkey patty and put that over some spinach. What? Crazy, crazy. Taxi, cab, and a jet. I don't know what that means. Does that mean because you're coming here? Did I look concerned? All right, you guys, I love you. We got about 3 minutes left, and I see, got it. We got about 3 minutes left, so let me just take a quick minute right after this broadcast, 30 minutes after this broadcast ends. Thank you so much. 30 minutes after this broadcast ends at 1 p.m. Mountain, that's noon Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Central, I am going to be on Parachute TV 1. If somebody could type that in, I would really appreciate it. Parachute TV 1. Right? Yeah, you need to put the principles back in. So thank you so much, Erin. Parachute TV 1, I'm going to be on there with a show called Flip the Switch. It is my spotlight show. It's the first time ever. It's my debut on Parachute TV. Thank you, guys. Parachute TV 1. You can follow them right here on Periscope. So go to the search function, type in Parachute TV 1, follow them, and at 1 p.m., you're going to see my giant, enormous head come up on screen, and I'm going to be talking about flipping the switch. Not flipping the finger, but flipping the switch. Thank you so much. If everything goes great today, thank you so much. If everything goes well today, I will be back every week at 1 p.m. on Monday on that channel, and we will be talking about, thank you so much. That's so sweet for you to say that. That means a lot to me. We will be talking about aha moments or light bulb moments in your health. That's what Flip a Switch is all about, is having light bulb moments in health. But I do that in the kitchen. We do that with easy peasy tips like this in the kitchen. So I hope you guys will be there to join me. If you can't, please try to figure it out on replay. I would love to have you there as well. It doesn't matter if you're live, if you're there on replay, whatever. Remember, you can give hearts the entire time in replay or otherwise. And then, of course, if you're brand new to me, thank you so much for being here. You can swipe left or right in replay. The sign of the swipe. Thank you, Linda. You can swipe left or right in, or up or down in replay. You can tap the screen for hearts, and you can follow me here at Go To Kitchens. And I am here every weekday at noon Mountain Time. And tomorrow, I can't remember what's on the schedule, but if you're a VIP, you know. Do any of the VIPs know what's on the schedule tomorrow? Because it's totally slipped out of my brain. I'm like pulling up a blank here. What am I doing tomorrow? So funny. But all week we're doing kitchen hacks. I can tell you that we're doing kitchen hacks. Time is up. Hi from Dallas. I'm actually a Dallas-Fort Worth native. So, yep, living in Colorado now. VIP. So VIP access is at gotokitchens.com. Right here's the website. Gotokitchens.com. That's actually my personal website right there. That's my name. Gotokitchens.com. It says VIP access at the top. You just click that. Yes, I think maybe you're right. Actually, kitchen containers is probably right for tomorrow. You click VIP access. And you get an email for confirmation, and then you get a mail back, and then you get a free ebook, How to Fall in Love with Your Kitchen and Yourself, and then you get a link to a VIP page on Facebook, and that's where our group hangs out, and we talk about recipes, and we talk about health, and thank you so much, everything that is coming up with Go-To Kitchens. So yes. How much did this cost me? That is a great question. That is an awesome question. I'm going to answer that last question and then I'm out of here. So let's break this down. A pound of turkey cost me, I think, probably like $5, $5 to $6. It's actually a pretty cheap protein, right? So, and I get it locally. And then these veggies are all organic. So that big pot of organic veggies, let me just kind of think through my head, probably $9 to $10 in organic veggies. And in the rice, I'm probably a couple of bucks. So super cheap. Under 20 bucks, I can feed myself for the entire, thank you. Wednesday is Snack Attack. Thank you for putting all that up there. So yes. Awesome. You're awesome, Gwen. Thank you so much. Gwen, I was so happy to see you over in the page, in the INL page. Yes. And so we're probably under 20 bucks and we have, thank you so much. And we have dinner. So that's my last question. I will see you guys at 1 p.m. I cannot wait. We are doing trashy veggie stock today. We are breaking the barriers of all that stuff that you're throwing away. All those veggie parts that you're throwing away are gold. And I'm going to teach you how to turn them into free veggie stock. So, all right, you guys, love you so much. I will see you back here tomorrow at noon Mountain Time or in about half an hour over at Parachute TV. Thank you guys. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.